Please note that the following views and the opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily the views nor the opinions of the Master Force Group, Free America Radio Network, YouTube.com, our sponsors, our partners, and MFG is a private society, and nothing here is ever to be construed as medical nor legal advice. And listen to the Forbidden History prime time 7 days a week right here on the RealPublicRadio.net, because hidden beneath the sands of time lies the greatest of all mysteries. It's the Forbidden History. Unearth for yourself the secret truths that lie hidden just beneath the surface below our feet. What is it that the powers that be do not want you or I to know? Come and journey with us as we explore and dare to know, because it's all right here, coming your way 7 days a week at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the RealPublicRadio.net, Free America Radio Network, and YouTube.com as the Forbidden History series. Coming to you live from Studio Z at the Lighthouse in Central Ohio and Free America Radio Network, in the land of dreams, enchantments, and nightmares. It's the ultimate health breakthrough. Are you ready for a breakthrough, ladies and gentlemen? You need your fix? Well, we've got the fix right here, and it all starts with water, the foundation of all life and all creation. And it's a great mystery, it seems, although it shouldn't be. It's old school, but yet they seem to keep burying this mystery under the rug, and that's what we're going to be talking right coming up next with a company called Basic Reset. I'm your host, DezertThe. Glad you're tuned in. And if you want to go to the website, you can do that. Go to www.healthwalk.basicreset.com. That's www.healthwalk.basicreset.com. And if you want to call in with a comment or a question, you can do that on Skype. Just Skype us at Free America Radio. All one word, Free America Radio. You'll see it's still in Kingsland, Georgia. And the health break banner will be there, the web link as well. And then you can also call in on the conference line. Regular phone, you don't have a computer, you have a friend that you want to tune in without a computer, give them the conference number, 712-432-8773. PIN number 179441#. That's 712-432-8773 and the PIN number 179441#. And we're trying to make it a better world, but we need you, ladies and gentlemen, to be a part of it. You're going to learn tonight also about our Pay It Forward plan for those who need a little extra more of that funny money. Okay, that's a part of this project. It's a lead share program. We call it Downline Direct. Make history, being a part of history. Somebody's got to do it. And we're here to help our friends and all of our listeners out there, and that means you. Okay, so stand by for the broadcast. And you did tell your friends, didn't you? You did tell your friends? Tell your friends, won't you? Because we want to have it happening here, but it's all up to you. Okay, so thanks for doing that. And welcome to the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen. And we have standing by RuthAnna as well, who is our Basic Reset expert and can talk this product in the way it should be about the great discovery that has been brought to us by Fred Kaufman, the founder and president of Basic Reset, along with his wife, Kim Kaufman, the formulator of Basic Reset. But first, let me run this by you, okay? Free National Advertising Co-op, the Master Force Group Lead Share Program. Be the owner of your own affiliate health food store with no money down, ever. You sign up for free, and then we go to work for you. No investment required. Free. Can you handle free? Anywhere in the USA and Canada, call 608-566-7295. Get an email, learn more information. Anytime, first come, first serve. Let our affiliate website go to work for you while you receive new customers and other affiliate commissions at 50% and above on all of our exclusive and unique life-saving and regenerating products. We are a broadcasting group that shares equally with our associates all the prospects that come in from all of our radio broadcasting programs, wherever they are, mainstream, AM and FM, YouTube, Blog Talk, all of our venues, and our commercials. You get paid weekly with absolutely nothing to lose, everything to gain. So again, the number is call 608-566-7295, 608-566-7295. Information will be sent by email. We share because we care. The Masterforce Group International Radio and Broadcasting Group. You may also send us your email via this advertising website. Just go to contact@freeamericaradio.com. That's contact@freeamericaradio.com. Thank you, Free America. Call us before signing up on this website we gave out, healthwalk.basicreset.com, so that we can place you under one of our many MFG affiliate partners. And your privacy and your email protection is assured, okay? And MFG International Co-op Advertisement, copyright the Masterforce Group 2017, all rights reserved, and MFG Group Partnership. And we made it tonight, RuthAnna. I was wondering whether it was going to be another technical glitch. Well, deja vu all over again. How are you?
I'm great, Desert. Nice to be here. We shall conquer these little technical difficulties, so not to worry.
Yes. So I was talking to a friend tonight, and we got it. I got her signed up, but she doesn't have the money for the product, and she's inherited some biological bug out in California while she was out there during the winter, and so she's never felt this bad, and so we have a way where people can, if they sign up, if they get 3 friends, they get 35% commission. 3 friends come in that are buying the product, then they can get free product. And so that's her goal right now. And so what a wonderful deal to know, at least if you can't buy the product, there's another way to arrange to get the product, right?
That's right. This is such a fabulous opportunity, Desert, for people. And we just can't emphasize enough, how important it is for you to hear what we're sharing with you tonight. Go ahead and give us a call and get signed up because it's absolutely free. There is no sign-up cost whatsoever. And in addition, Desert, there's no auto ship, so people don't have to worry about a financial commitment every month and worrying about how they're going to get that done. Over the years, I've done multi-level before, and I would always worry, am I going to be able to get enough sales this month to offset my auto ship? And it's so wonderful that we don't have that concern with Basic Reset. So they've got every reason to go ahead and just get involved. Jump in right now. Don't wait. And get signed up, and then let us do the work for you. Yep. Because every night you can come in either live, send your friends, your family, the people you care about. You can send them to this broadcast live, or you can just send them to the website and let them listen to the recording. And either way, that takes you off the hook. You don't have to do what's called the selling part of it, although Desert and I don't feel like we're selling anything. We're giving you life-giving products. We're giving you a beautiful business that can produce an income for you. So, but a lot of times, Desert, when people sign up in a company, they feel like they've got to go out and sell it. So that's why I'm using the word sell. Yeah. But don't worry about it. You're not going to have to do the selling. We'll do it for you. So let us do, it's like Desert said, we share because we care. So it's a wonderful program, and if you have any doubts or concerns, don't just throw them to the side and jump in, because I think you're going to enjoy the ride. And the best news of all, Desert, are you ready for this? The best news of all is...
Ready?
We have life-giving products. These products can change people's lives. And if you have any doubts or whatever, you can go to the website. That's why he's giving it out, the www. What is that website, Desert?
Healthwalk.basicreset.com. That's healthwalk, like you're going to go for a healthy walk. Healthwalk.basicreset, like resetting your clock.com.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just go to the website and look at the testimonies right on the front page. Don't even try to do anything else. Go straight to the front page, click on testimonies, and look at what these products have done not only for people, Desert, but we are absolutely saving the lives of people's pets. And how sweet is that? Because, the family dog or the family cat is just part of the family. And we're finding that they respond incredibly well to this life-giving water, and just like people do. So we've got wonderful products, wonderful company. You can't lose. You have everything to gain. Okay. So now that we've said all that, come on and get with us. let's talk a little bit about what the products are. Where would you like to start, Desert?
Water.
Water. Okay. Well, that's our premier product. No, we don't sell the actual water. What we do is we are importing, well, Fred Kaufman, our wonderful, wonderful head of our company, owner of our company, is importing these coral calcium minerals from Okinawa. And if you haven't heard about Okinawa yet, it is a very unique place in the world. They're sitting on top of this ancient coral reef, and they're drinking the coral water. They're eating their food grown in coral-rich soil, and they're living the longest and the most healthiest on the planet. So we're able now to import those same minerals and then put it in our water. And so that's our product, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful little sachet, kind of like a little miniature tea bag, and it has this rich coral calcium mineral product. And when you drop it in your water, when you mix up your water and you put this little tea bag in your water, you shake it up and let it sit for a little while, and then you drink this water all day long, and you're just flooding your body with living water. It transforms your water. And if you have tap water and you don't have any other source of water, it will remove the chlorine and the fluoride from your water. It'll neutralize it. It'll neutralize any other things in the water, Desert, that don't belong there. And it'll alkalize your water. It'll make it more alkaline. And it structures the water so that the water can now get into your cells. You know, Desert, it's a real phenomenon that some people are actually drinking enough water every day, but they get bloated and they're still dehydrated, and they go, well, what is the problem? I'm telling you what the problem is right now. It's not the right kind of water. You've got to structure your water. You've got to transform your water, because we're being given water that's not really the water that was intended for us to drink. When it goes through these water processing companies and bottled companies and all the different ways that people touch our water today.
And sewage.
Yep.
Recycled sewage. Can you imagine that they got us drinking recycled sewage? They just put bacteria in there, cleans it up, and we're drinking that. That's actually was outlawed in the 1970s legislatively, and we're still drinking sewage.
That's incredible. It really is. And it just emphasizes over and over the importance of drinking the right kind of water and getting the right water source. But if you are stuck with your, tap water, then the good news is there's a lot of help for you when you put this coral calcium sachet packet in your water. It will do wonders. But we strongly recommend that you get reverse osmosis or distilled water in like a gallon jug, and make up a gallon at a time with 2 sachets, and throw in your ionite, which is the liquid mineral product that we offer. And together, these 2 minerals infuse your water, restructure it, alkalize it, and just make it just perfect for your body. And then, you know what happens, Desert? People start getting remarkable firsthand experiences. They start feeling better. They start having more energy. And if they take this seriously and drink the right amount of water every day, infused with minerals, they will find also that they can call it miraculous. Some people have said that they reduce the amount of insulin that they have to take every day, and some people have said their firsthand experiences after drinking the water for a period of time, the required amount of insulin just keeps going down, and they eventually get off of it. How wonderful is that? Would that be pretty cool for people who have diabetes?
Tell me.
And people check their sugar. They know how much insulin they need, and it's amazing to think that you can just drink water, this kind of water, the structured mineralized water, and get those kind of results. But we're here to tell you there are so many firsthand experiences out there. You'll see them on our website under testimonies. Check it out and just get excited, because the answer is here. Have you been praying for a solution to your health problems? Do you have a loved one who's sick? and maybe even in a stage of dying, I strongly recommend that you get them on this water, get yourself on this water, experience the first-hand results, and you will want to share it with everybody. You won't be shy. You'll be too excited. You'll be too happy to be shy. Because Desert, how some people they're just afraid to talk about something. But when you really believe in something and when you have experienced it, then it's easy to talk about. So I'm telling you all, it'll be real easy to talk about after you experience this water. It's just fabulous.
Absolutely. Well, it seems to me that there's some type of I don't know if it's a quantum physics, but there's the story that I keep coming back to about how Fred Kaufman had sent out sample bottles that some of them had the ionite in it and then others did not. But then when they tested all the bottles, they found they were all charged. And so that would be a quantum physical phenomena, wouldn't it, RuthAnna, as far as what's going on with this product? Because I can't define right now at this time what ionization means or define the ionite product. So, but that is obviously there, or is it the water itself that's the carrier of this quantum physical extension that went into all the bottles he gave when some of them were supposed to be neutral, but yet all of them had the reading?
Well, that was quite a surprise to Fred when he realized that just setting a bottle of ionite next to a glass of water, it transfers the energy from the ionite into the water.
Yeah.
Just by sitting right next to it. So you can just keep your ionite bottle right next to your water jug and know that see, it carries its own energy. It's an amazing product. It's a divine inspired product. And it's really helping people. But the difference between, people say, well, what's the difference between the two minerals? Well, the first one is based from the coral calcium, and that's the aqualite. The second mineral product that we carry is a liquid mineral product that's plant-based, Desert. And so when you combine the two, they combine to become a very powerful combination of plant-based minerals and sea-based minerals. And then he has found that the ionite also has it's plant-based. Oh, it carries the electrolytes, and it also has a natural energy charge to it. So it's an amazing product, and people are just getting phenomenal results when they use the water, and we just can't emphasize it enough. I like to also tell people, Desert, that I call the ionite my first aid kit in a bottle. And let me explain what I mean by that. I got a sprayer. You can get a sprayer, a top for it when you order your product on Basic Reset. It comes with a dropper, but he also offers a sprayer. So I recommend that you get 2 bottles of ionite and put the sprayer in one of them. And then whenever you have any kind of pain or a scrape, or any kind of problem with your skin, a rash, a mosquito bite, a sore, anything, you can spray the ionite right on there, and it will speed up the healing. It will relieve the pain. People have testified this to so many different situations that it's just too numerous to mention. But one of my most favorite stories is a friend of mine, and I witnessed this firsthand, was at my house one day and was complaining about her eyes hurting her. I said, how long have your eyes been hurting you? She says, all the time. They hurt all the time. And so I said, well, let's just put some ionite in your eyes. And we got the dropper out, and we put a drop in each eye. And within seconds, she said, oh, my God, my eyes don't hurt anymore. And I was thrilled.
Yeah.
And so I looked at her and I said, do you think it would be worth your getting your own bottle and then, just kind of treat your eyes every day? And she said, absolutely. She said, I'm sold. So she's now a loyal customer.
Yeah. Well, I had the eye results as well the next day, because I was for a week was squinting and felt like the light, I didn't have enough lighting, even though all my lights were on and all that, pulling this computer screen closer. So I was going down. I was just like, and I had a headache that was 4 days long. I thought it would never go away. And plus my energy, I'd always have to go lay down around 3:30 in the afternoon, 4:30, and all of it I got the product on a Monday, put the drops in my eyes that evening, and the next day, no more eye problem, headache gone, and was going till 6:30 in the evening, and then said, wait a minute, I didn't need a nap. What's going on here? So I proved out the product works. Okay, it really does work, and
Mm-hmm.
it's wonderful to have, and it is truly a first aid kit in a bottle. It's the foundation of life. Minerals. We are the salt of the earth. We are made of the mineral byproduct of the earth, and so it makes sense that we're lacking the charge because there's a charge and a chemical reaction between different metals within life within the body. But so it's really a quantum. It's not only quantum physics, but it's a metaphysical thing that's going on as well. Meta means like beyond the normal because there is a reaction that goes on between different mineral elements, and then the water is the carrier, and the water is also carrier. In other words, you know how in the ocean you can hear sound further. Sound is more intense when like you tap on a metal, right? And they say that you can hear it from a mile away or even further. So it's like that in the water. The water is so dense. It's a different type of carrier, and electrical charges go right through the water. And so that's why like when you get hurt, right at the bottom of your toe, you feel it up to the top of your head, right? And you say ouch because there's all the cells are reacting in tandem, and I can get a picture of it, but it's hard to explain, right?
Yes. Well, that was pretty good. So yes, we're talking about water tonight, Desert, and it's so basic that we've overlooked it. We've taken it for granted. We haven't fully understood the power of water to heal. But there are doctors out there. There are a few doctors that are actually saying that water can cure. And we haven't understood that. But now it's time. I just pray that our listeners are really, really paying attention and understanding that we're bringing you some profound information that can change your life. If you've been sick, guess what? You've probably just been dehydrated. Your body is manifesting a symptom in a particular area of your body that's just dehydrated. And so once you take action, once you listen to what your body's trying to tell you, and you drink this beautiful living water that's infused with minerals, and the minerals go into your bloodstream and bring all the raw materials that your body needs, it can start to repair and heal and reverse whatever has been bothering you. And you just have to try it and see for yourself. But it's a very beautiful thing. And there's this one doctor that wrote a book. And I love the title of this book, Desert. He said, the title is, You're Not Sick, You're Thirsty. And that brings up a whole nother issue, is that as we age, we lose the ability to know when we're really thirsty. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of research out there that says, as we get into our 40s, 50s, 60s, even beyond, that the older we get, we lose our ability to discern when we're really thirsty. And so we think we're not thirsty, therefore we're not drinking enough water. Okay, so how much water should we be drinking every day? Let's just hit that nail right on the head, okay?
Right.
At least 2 quarts a day. And if you're a little overweight, then what you need to do is get on the scale and see how much you weigh, and then you need to divide that in half. And whatever that is in ounces, that's how much water you should drink. And I would be willing to bet that 90% of our listeners you'll have to admit it now, y'all need to be honest with yourselves right now. This is a time of reckoning. Are you drinking enough water? Because if you're not, you're going to have symptoms. They're going to turn into conditions, and they could even turn into diseases. Mm-hmm. So it's vital. This is crucial information that you can use right now and transform your life by transforming the quality of your water into living water and then drinking it. That 8 glasses a day is extremely important, and it's true. 2 quarts at least. and you drink it throughout the day. Before you go to bed, you should have completed that project of drinking the 2 quarts. And if you're not getting it, then you start again the next day and you try harder. You try to figure out, what do I need to do to make sure that I get the required amount of water? Because your body's many cries for water are simply diagnosed by medical doctors as conditions. And let's see if I can find that information real quick.
Yeah,
Let me bring this up.
Yeah, by the way, some of the symptoms are dry, flaky skin. That would be could be evidence you're not drinking enough water. Inflamed red skin, like a rash, or eye problems, blurred vision, that type of thing, because your eyeball is, got a fluid cavity, basically, I guess. And but yeah, so water has to lubricate the eyes as well. So those are examples of.
Well, pretty much Desert any condition at this point.
Yeah, and right, I was going to say incoherency. Right. That's what.
Confusion.
Yeah.
Let's talk about mental. Let's talk about that. Confusion, memory loss, Alzheimer's, dementia. All of these brain issues are simply the body crying out for water, more water to the brain.
Yeah.
And I just recently learned, because I'm learning all the time, that our brain is 85% water. And wow, that tells a story right there. So if the brain is not getting enough water, guess what? Little areas of the brain start to dehydrate, and then you can't remember where you left your keys. Okay? And then if you don't take care of that in the very beginning when the symptoms show up, then you may turn into full-blown Alzheimer's or dementia. And I went through that with a parent, and I'm telling you, it's not a fun thing to go through, to watch them forget who they are and forget who you are. So that's why I'm saying I'm on a mission, and I know you are too. We're coming together to do this broadcast because we want to wake people up and say, pay attention. This is serious business. If you don't get the right amount of water infused with minerals every day, you're going to have symptoms and conditions and diseases. And the doctor who wrote The Body's Many Cries for Water says that the body's cries manifest in, first of all, pain.
Yeah.
And who doesn't have pain somewhere? Have you ever tried this, Desert? Have you ever tried, whenever you had a headache, drinking a glass of water? Have you ever tried that?
Well, probably.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think of it as a first solution, but I certainly. I know, because I know that first of all, when I fast, if I hadn't been fasting much of late, and then I go on a fast like for a day, then my brain all of a sudden kicks in and it starts to purge the toxins that are in the brain. And so water to me is the only thing else I can do, is to put more water in my body, because it needs that to flush out the toxins.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we haven't been brought up in this country, or we haven't been raised, we haven't been taught, we haven't been schooled in the power of water to heal. And then, of course, nobody wants to talk about the fact that they're polluting our water. Our drinking water has been manipulated, adjusted. It's just, it's so sad that our drinking water is just so corrupted today. So we've got to take action. We've got to do something about it so that we put in the pure water. And we're here to tell you tonight that the best thing to do for that is to put in the Aqualite sachet, because it will transform your water. It will remove chlorine, fluoride, and heavy metals and other toxins. It'll clear up the water, make it pure. But if you start with the other water, reverse osmosis, it'll be the pure water, and then when you put the minerals in, it'll just infuse more minerals in that water. So that's the better, solution. Right. Is to do that and drink that. So, but when you start getting enough water, okay, this doctor also says that the body's cries for help manifest as pain, asthma, diabetes, hypertension, multiple sclerosis, chronic fatigue syndrome, and he says really any diagnosed condition that the doctor. He says when a doctor gives you a diagnosis, what he's doing is he's just calling that dehydration by a name. It's just dehydration manifesting as a condition. So what's the good news? The good news is when you take action and drink the right amount of water with minerals, that area of your body, Desert, will rehydrate. and then it'll begin to function again. And this is what Dr. But Batman Gaheldi on Amazon here wrote the book Your Body's Many Cries for Water. He says that's what'll happen. You can actually reverse dehydration, and then the body function will go back into action. So that's the good news. We've got good news and good news for everybody tonight.
Outstanding. Yes, and not only that, but we have 20% off for those who get on board through the 16th, I believe it is, that the discount will be applicable. Is that right?
Yes, April the 16th.
Yeah. Okay. And so beyond the product, and there's actually a store there. If you go to the product tab at healthwalk.basicreset.com, you'll see the store tab for product, and then just scroll down, and we have a dozen things. The top 4 products are the Ionite, the Aqualite, the bee pollen, and then the beta factor product that's there. And but with giving out this website, healthwalk.basicreset.com, we ask that you don't purchase nor sign up with this website. You can purchase, yeah, it's okay if you want to, but if you're going to sign up and become an affiliate, then we want you to give us a call, because we want to sign you up under one of our partners in the Master Force Group broadcasting group. Okay, we are bringing forth a group of friends with our broadcasting that want to be well, make extra money, and we have a plan to take it to mainstream radio and alternative media, billboards on the interstate, because we're excited about the message of healing, and we know we have product that works. Therefore, we also want to help our friends out, because they're all struggling today and losing their homes. We've got Mickey Paletta coming up on Monday. And by the way, on this thing with the sewage, okay, on Saturday, we're going to have a program with Tom Murphy, who is the reclamator, and he at one time worked with the water treatment plants and was the one who discovered the law that said that raw sewage is not supposed to go to any public facility to be recirculated to drinking water. Okay, so he's got him with the law, and he also uses that somehow as his remedy in law to get the public officials and the establishments by their own law. So it's rather interesting. He just had a win with the IRS with that approach. So stay tuned for Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, okay? And we've got other programming coming up tomorrow. We've also got Jillian with Stopping Agency Abuse, and then also on Friday, the discovery of the ancient cult of 5 and its existence in our modern world with David Allen. So those are a few of the programs we're going to start broadcasting this week. But as far as our ability to help you with the health issue, that's a slam dunk right now, because we've got a miracle. People are having miracles, but also our friends need to be able to make ends meet and pay their bills. We have friends listening in right now that are toughing it out in a car. Harley and her mom called last night, and we have that. We shared that email, or excuse me, the YouTube link last night through email to our friends, and hope they're spreading it out there for their benefit. And would take consideration where you have them in our program, and yet we're just ramping up and we're just getting started. But nonetheless, I have conceived of, and I started this idea about 3 years ago and was waiting to get back into broadcasting, but it's called Downline Direct. And what it is that within marketing, most people are not marketers, and they don't know how to talk about product, or they don't know how to talk about the marketing plan, or they don't know how to talk to their friends. They know their friends have heard it all from them and don't want to hear about another program. And so we are the solution to that dilemma, because the Master Force Group is a broadcasting group. And as you see, we have a wonderful co-host here with RuthAnna and myself. I've got 25 years of broadcasting. So we're going to take it to mainstream radio. And so if you sign up for free, you get to go along for the ride. Okay, it's that easy. What we're doing is we're putting people on a 3x5 card once they sign up. You get at the bottom of the pile of the cards, and then when your card comes to the top, you get the next sign up through our broadcasting. That's how it works. So that's our lead share program. So it's basic, simple, but yet necessary, because people, in spite of the fact that network marketing is geared for special products that normally, if they were on the shelf, you walk by the bottle on the shelf and the bottle doesn't talk to you, and therefore you don't know what the bottle may or may not do for you and within its content. But with having a miracle solution, a good word because it is a solution in a bottle, the need is there to express why this product is valuable and what it is doing for people. And by the way, we lowball the presentation. Okay, it's like we really can't say what it's really doing. We can't use the words that are labels that they put on us to say you got this, you got that, you got that. What we have to do is softball it here. But we can tell you that we have friends that have had some of the most critical situations and they've turned around from it. All right, so put two and two together. We're talking miracles. And so beyond having that, we've also got a financial program that costs nothing to be a part of. And then when people are put under you, they start buying product. Well, guess what? Then all of a sudden you've got 3 people buying under you. You've now got 3 free product coming your way. And after that, the rest goes to the bank. You get paid on Wednesday. You can leave it in your account and get more free product, or you can have it transferred to your your PayPal account, or ultimately we're having a debit card as well. So that's it in a nutshell. And if you want to call me, if you got you're good to go, you want to get signed up, then give me a call. Okay, 608-566-7295. That's 608-566-7295, and I would be happy to answer any further questions. RuthAnna is available for product questions. We can 3-way her in if I can't help you out on that department. I'm learning. I've only been in just a couple of weeks now, and but in one day of getting the product, look out, I was having a miracle. Okay, so you can have a miracle too. Just give us a call. Right, RuthAnna?
Absolutely, Desert.
Okay, so any final thoughts on your end? Because we're going to come next. We're going to be bringing you the original gospel of Jesus the Christ. Okay, and it's a great story, another major discovery, and it's the best kept secret on earth, and we're going to bring it to you next. Anything else, RuthAnna?
Well, we can talk about more of the other products at another time, but we do have additional products that are very, very exciting as well. In fact, you and I don't know how much time you want to spend before we get started on the rest of the
We're in no
broadcast.
hurry. We're in no hurry.
Okay. All right. But we talked with one of your friends this morning, and she was providing me with some exciting results of using our weight loss products. And, I've just never honestly held much stock in most weight loss products because they just never seem to ever work for me. And, I've got 10 or 20 pounds I'd like to lose. So from time to time, comes and goes. So, but when she was sharing today about her exciting results, I thought, well, that's wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that. So for people who might just need, to trim up a little bit, we've got 2 products in the company that they can do. And then a lot of women are thrilled to know that Kim, the owner's wife, she's a beautiful woman, and she discovered a face product that will help reduce wrinkles and, in fact, dissolve wrinkles. And there's a testimony on our website about people who have used that. And you can see miraculous improvements, from people that have shared their pictures on the testimony site.
Yeah.
So if you're just looking for a little facelift, you might want to, consider that as well. And I also want to point out, Desert, I think I mentioned it earlier, but I can't emphasize enough. I give this water to my dog, and I just wouldn't give him regular water anymore. Knowing what I know about this water, I want him to be just as healthy as I am. So I mix up his own water in a gallon jug, and, because it can sit in a gallon jug for a good week or probably even more. And you can make it up and just let it sit on the counter, and, you can pour it in some bottles and put it in the refrigerator if you want to drink it cold, or like I said, you can give it to your dog, your cat. Fred even said he went to someone's house one day, and this is a cute story, and he walked in and he said, "Oh, you've got an aquarium, a fish aquarium." And they said, "Yeah, but my fish are not doing real good." He said, they look like they're kind of sick and listless. So he dropped one of the sachets in the water.
Yeah.
And within minutes, you should have seen those fish.
No kidding.
Oh, yes. In fact, he said that there was even one fish one time that looked like he was on his side going out. He was like, not long for this world. And as soon as that aqualite got into the water, he turned right side up and started swimming around. So it's amazing,
Yeah.
What this water, treated water, structured water, living water, I
Yeah.
love to call it
Well,
living water,
yeah.
can
Well,
do.
yeah. It's interesting that the word coral sounds like corral, and it was like rounding
Hmm.
up the fish. Like bring him on
Yeah.
home, baby. So.
Yeah, so these people are pretty happy when their fish get happy again.
Yeah.
So, and you saw a testimony of someone who opened up the used sachet and sprinkled it on some roses. And didn't you say there was like there's a story in the testimonies about that?
Well,
What
I'm
your
keen on
plants?
the one with the tomatoes where they froze overnight, and they were smart enough to test the ionic solution on the tomatoes, and they went from being black to red again. So
Is that
yeah,
phenomenal?
yeah, amazing. So I got to get my
So
sprayer because I don't have that right now. So
So Desert, if you're a gardener, let's be realistic
uh-huh.
here. This product could help you produce some beautiful fruits and vegetables.
Right. Well, they have a Miracle Grow type product. Is it the ionic solution that's in that Miracle Grow product?
I'm not sure what's in that, but we do have a product for plants and for vegetables, for gardens, for anybody
Hmm.
that's gardening and growing their food. You definitely want to look into getting that and trying it because you will be pleasantly surprised. So, it's just so exciting to be a part of a company that has products that you really need. I mean, because you've got to eat and you've got to drink and you want to get well, so you want to lose weight. So it's all there. We've got everything for you, but we're not overwhelming people with hundreds of products, just some really very special products. So I would strongly urge your listeners to go ahead and give you a call. And like we said earlier, it's free to join. So what are you waiting for? Just give Desert a call and say, sign me up and get positioned. And as soon as you can, either you'll find that you're making some money and you can buy products, or you might just be able to go ahead and buy the products right now and then bless your sponsor. Because whenever you buy product from Basic Reset, you're blessing your sponsor. Whoever cared enough about you to bring you into this company, to tell you about this company, is going to get a 35% blessing on your purchase. And then guess what? When you get some people sponsored, those people are going to bless you with a 35% commission. So it's a beautiful process. It's a beautiful structured commission structure, and it works for people. It blesses people not only financially, but more importantly, physically with the products. It's a
Mm,
win-win situation, Desert.
absolutely, RuthAnna. So again, the phone number, ladies and gentlemen, is 608-566-7295. That's 608-566-7295. healthwalk.basicreset.com. And thank you, RuthAnna, for this great report. And now stand by, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take a 3-minute interlude. And then when we come back, RuthAnna and myself will be sharing with you one of the best kept secrets on earth, the original gospel of Jesus the Christ on the Forbidden History series. What they didn't want you to know, but we tell right here. Don't go away. We'll be right back. And by the way, don't forget, call a friend, okay? Because we have it all right here, ladies and gentlemen. 7 days a week. We've got the law. We've got mortgages. We've got underground regulations stopping agency abuse. Friday, we have the discovery of the ancient cult of five and its existence in the modern world with Alan David. I interviewed him several years ago, and as much as the deep stuff I'm into, I can't even begin to repeat what he shared with me. But I know it's true. I know it's true. And by the way, if you were listening to this broadcast and if you were referred by a friend, then please get back with whoever brought you to this broadcast for a basic reset and sign up under them, please. And you can also be a part of our broadcasting group. Just refer us to your sponsor, and we'll be glad to get you corralled with that coral calcium and a whole lot more, okay? And again, for those on the conference line, *5 does raise your hand. Our Skype in is FreeAmericaRadio, all one word, FreeAmericaRadio. And we'll look for, you can text us, and I think you can even call in. We'll have to test it when it happens. That's okay, because we're TheRealPublicRadio.net. That's my radio museum, but you can still go there. 200 pages of profound information. Some of the YouTubes are expired, but that's okay. That's the way things go in the ancient past. And our call-in number again is 712 on the conference line, 712-432-8773. And that's PIN number 179441#. 712-432-8773. PIN number 179441#. And if you want to follow along with us in the original gospel, then you can go to the links at the top of the RealPublicRadio.net. The RealPublicRadio.net. Up there at the top, look for Desert's Classics right in the middle. I think it's under Natural Law. And then when you click on Desert's Classics, then you go to the 5th tab line below the bar, above the picture, and look for Original Gospel. Click on it, and then you'll see the beautiful trees and the lighting coming through the trees. Scroll to the bottom, and you'll see a PDF, free download PDF, or you can click on the book and go to Amazon and get the 1919 reprinted version. The Aquarian Gospel is a misnomer. It is not Aquarian. Yeshua came to us in the age of Pisces, and that's just really the cover. There's a story behind this original gospel, and it's because they don't want you to know where it really comes from, but it is the original story, totally synoptic with the scriptures, totally synoptic with our received gospels, Matthew, Mark, and Luke in particular, as well as John. So stand by. We'll be right back. Just tell your friends, okay? We're having it happening right here every night now. So you did tell your friends? Thank you very much. Be right back. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Forbidden History series and the other lost writings, the Piracy of Words, the Great Lies of History, the Book of Wisdom, and the original gospel of Jesus the Christ. And I am your host, Desert Owl, and my co-host is RuthAnna. And we're trying to make it a better world by bringing forth the most powerful information under the sun, because somebody has to do it. Right, RuthAnna?
Yes, we want to do it.
Okay, well, great. I'm glad you do, because you've made it a whole lot easier. It's a rough journey sometimes when you're winging it alone, and yet there's so much competition out there when it's radio venues. And I've been on some AM and FM broadcasts. We used to be simulcast on satellite, beaming down, never know where. And I get phone calls after programming from people in Tennessee, or they just heard us on the FM broadcast and Patriot Radio. A lot of that we were on back then. But it's we're trying to build an audience here on the Forbidden History series, and so we hope that you will tell your friends, send them the link, subscribe, like us on the like button. There's a reason to do all those things on the YouTube venue, because it activates certain features within the YouTube channel as well as in the search and all that stuff. So if you support what we do here, then please, um, please do those things. And also, we do have friends that are toughing it out, as we said last night, in an automobile, and they're listening in right now as well. And we have people on YouTube that are listening on the stream. So please consider listening to last night's program. Today is the 12th of April. Listen to last night, the 11th of April, 2017, and please consider friends that are toughing it out and need a hand up. We're trying to do it through our broadcasting and our promotion, but these friends can certainly use an outright donation on PayPal. We will forward it to them. That information is on last night's program. Okay. And so thank you for your consideration. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Why don't you go ahead and give out that PayPal address just in case someone wants to just by faith go ahead and send a contribution.
Absolutely.
Knowing that there's a beautiful woman with her 90-year-old mother living in a car right now, and just human compassion compels us to try to do something to help. So a contribution to this PayPal address will go directly to them so that they can get some much needed time in a motel.
Right, and you want to tag it as a donation for Harley and her mother. And she is actually related to Robert Mitchum. Harley Mitchum is her full name, and just contact at FreeAmericaRadio.com. That's contact at FreeAmericaRadio.com. Any size donation will be put in priority mail to them. She still has a P.O. box, fortunately, and we can get the mail to them. And they're over there on the East Coast in South Carolina near Charleston. And a tough story for people that have had a house for multiple generations to have their home taken from them. So thank you for that. Okay, and may the return be double for you for your consideration, as the scriptures say. Okay, and so now, RuthAnna, we have a book called The Aquarian Gospel, but it's a misnomer because it is the original gospel. And since I had already approximately 30 years of study at the time, if not more than 30 years of study with lost writings, I was immediately able to identify with this book. And it took me a month to read. It's 182 chapters. So this is a book, ladies and gentlemen, true book, not a letter, like so much of our New Testament documentation is, that they're little letters somebody writes, but here's a book, 182 chapters, 22 sections. 22 sections is evidence that it's an original document, because 22 is the number of perfection and also the number of letters in the original alphabet, and so they worked off the number 22 that way. So that's evidence, but then the writing itself. So what we're doing is, rather than start at the beginning, we want to take you right into the meat, because this will be the evidence of the powerful nature of this work. Because if we start from the beginning, then there's a lot of anomalies in our history that people are not privy to, because we've been denied the truth, and we've been denied access to the real stories, and we've been given child's tales to supplement them, and people are controlling the information. So where we're at in this book is we're about 40 chapters short of the end, and so we're going to read the most important part of the story of Yeshua's life, the great dramatic epic, the last chapter, and then we're going to start at the beginning. We want to bring our friends and listeners in on this drama, and then we'll start at the beginning, because we want you to hear enough of the substance about the pure teaching, additional expansions on the regular scripture that we read in our Gospels, the story behind the story, the expanded other verses that were taken out of our filtered, westernized versions. And this is the full story. There were other Gospels written outside of this vein, because obviously there were a dozen of them. There were a dozen that directly followed him, and then others as well that were there. So the 70, for example, right? So there was a lot of followers, and many people wrote. We've been lied to about everything. Okay, the great lies of history. I've got a good one for you after this, but for the moment, we're RuthAnna, we're on 144, an appropriate number to start. That is a subliminal number of perfection. 12,000 times 12,000 is 144,000, or 12 times 12,000 is 144,000. So that's the mystical number of perfection. And so I'll let you. And so what we're going to do, you can go first, but just to qualify, as I read in the original thought, I want to welcome our new listeners that are popping on to YouTube, by the way, and on our conference system. That uh, I've introduced over the last several weeks to RuthAnna, the original thought, and so she gets it, and so she imports as she feels inclined certain words within her reading based on what I've shared with her based on original thought. But when I read, I pretty well go full bore on reading in the original thought, meaning that the words, just like that word right there. You see, word is not what they said in the ancient. What they said in the look at, put an S in front of word. What do you get, RuthAnna?
SWORD.
Sword, right?
Sword.
Sword. You get a sword with the word word. And it said in Revelations that out of his mouth came a two-edged sword.
Sword.
Right. And so the sword was the word, and it cuts in both directions. But yet it is a flaming sword. It is a flaming sword. And so that is how they spoke back then. They used imagery within the expression. So you always got a picture, something in nature you could point to. And that was the distinction between the ancient communication and the modern. And so what we have within our English diction, in essence, is the Aramaic. English is a corrupted form of Aramaic, and it's still there. It's an essay, meaning that it's also it's waiting for somebody to pick it up and to express the original thought within it. And that's what these words are doing. So that's what I'll be doing when I read chapter 145. And then we'll probably do maybe just 3 in our special that we're doing after Basic Reset every day on the original gospel, unless we're right near the end of a section or something, and we have the time, then we'll be glad to do it. So we're on 144, and RuthAnna, you're on.
All right. When they had journeyed through the towns and cities of the land of Galilee, the Lord with his disciples came to Tiberias. And here they met a few who loved the name of Christ. And Yeshua told them many things about the inner life. But when the multitudes came up, he spoke a parable. And he said, a certain man with great possessions had 2 sons. The younger son grew tired of life at home and said, my father, pray divide your wealth and give the portion that is mine to me, and I will seek my fortune in another land. The father did as the son desired, and with his wealth the young man went into a foreign land. He was a profligate and soon had squandered all his wealth in ways of sin.
And by the way, we should add profligate means basically he was a partier. Okay, in one sense.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, good definition.
Mm-hmm.
When nothing else remained for him to do, he found employment in the fields to care for swine. So he squandered all that wonderful wealth and then had to go to work. And he was hungry, and no one gave him aught to eat. And so he ate the carob pods that he was feeding to the swine. And after many days he found himself and said unto himself, my father is a man of wealth. He has a score of servants who are bountifully fed, while I, his son, am starving here in the fields among the swine. I do not hope to be received again as son, but I will rise and go straight to my father's house, and I will make confession of my waywardness. And I will say, my father, I am come again. I am a profligate, and I have lost my wealth in ways of sin. I am not worthy to be called your son. I do not ask to be received again as your son. But let me have a place among your servants, where I may have a shelter from the storms and have enough to eat. So he arose and sought his father's house, and as he came, his mother saw him while yet a great way off. A mother's heart can feel that first faint yearning of a wandering child coming home. The father came, and hand in hand they walked down the way to meet the boy, and there was joy, great joy. The boy tried hard to plead for mercy and a servant's place, but love was all too great to listen to the plea. The door was opened wide. He found a welcome in the mother's heart and in the father's heart too. The father called the servants in and bade them bring the finest robe for him, the choicest sandals for his feet, a ring of purest gold for him to wear. And then the father said, "My servants, go and kill the fatted calf. Prepare a feast, for we are glad our son we thought was dead is here alive. A treasure that we thought was lost is found." The feast was soon prepared, and all were merry. When the eldest son, who had been serving in a distant field and knew not that his brother had returned, came home, and when he learned the cause of all the merriment, he was offended and would not go into the house. His father and his mother both besought him tearfully to disregard the waywardness and folly of their son, but he would not. He said, "Lo, all these years I have remained at home, have served you every day, have never yet transgressed your most severe commands, and yet you never killed for me a kid, nor made for me a simple feast that I might make merry with my friends. But when your son, this profligate, has gone forth and squandered half your wealth in ways of sin, comes home, because he could do nothing else, you kill for him the fatted calf and make a wondrous feast?" His father replied, "My son, all that I have is yours, and you are ever with us in our joys. And it is well to show our gladness when your brother, who is near and dear to us, and who we thought was dead, returns to us alive. He may have been a profligate, he may have consorted with gay courtesans and thieves, yet he is still your brother and our son." So then Yeshua said, so all might hear, "He who has ears to hear and hearts to understand will comprehend the meaning of this parable." Then Yeshua and the 12 went to Capernaum.
145. A company of Farashim, that's Pharisees, came to speak with Yeshua, and they breathed. And by the way, when I use these burning swords of fire, these words, anybody can call in. Okay, you can ask, why do I say these words, or can you elaborate on that? I'd be happy to. Okay, because it is a science, and therefore it can be explained. Again, *5 on the conference system, or reach us on Skype. Okay, so I'm happy. There's a lot of enigmas within our tradition and within our diction that needs to be corrected. And so that's what we're doing here live on the broadcast. The company of Farashim came up to spark with Yeshua, and they breathed, "Seed planter, we have heard you breathe that the kingdom is at hand. The kingdom is the royal house of the Son, in the pure judgment is at hand. We read in Daniel that the Yahweh, mispronounced by many as Yahweh, it's okay, but it is a V in the original. Yahweh of the cosmos will form a royal domain. And we ask, is that royal domain of Yahweh you spark about? If so, when will it come?" And Yeshua breathe. The avatars, that's prophets. The original is avatar, of the air. They were of the air because they spoke as if they came down from a mountain like Moses. The avatars all have told about this royal domain of Yahweh that is just in hand. But blood of the earth, the common man can never see it come. If it never can be seen with the earthly eyes, it is within. It is truth throughout all time. That is what lo, L-O, that archaic word you see in your King James, lo, means it is truth throughout all time. I have breathed, and now I breathe again. No one but the pure in heart can see the royal ruler. Not king, because king is Cain. That's an archaic word, come right back from the lineage of Cain, the Canaanites. That's king. And ing is the root form of the phallus. So it goes right back into the obelisk again. And all the pure in heart are subject to the royal ruler, whether they like it or not. I'm just ad-libbing right there. They are subjects to the royal ruler. Reform, and turn away from your closing of the eyes. That's sin. Sin means to close the eye. And prepare yourself, true and perfect ones. That's the O. The O by itself means true and perfect, perfection, completion, all of those things. And that's why when you see the letter O by itself, nobody ever gives you the picture. That's what it means. So it means perfect ones, prepare. In other words, be perfect. The royal domain is at hand, but at hand it should be in hand, meaning it is already in your hand, is what it meant. That's like when they say at law. You know, they're not really in law. They're at law. It's like saying, okay, they're at the county line, but they're never in the county. And that's the wordplay. The most powerful words are the smallest ones. And literally at hand means in hand. Okay, it's all, he said that the kingdom is within you. So certainly it's within your hand. And then the eye sparked. He means the eye. And then the eye sparked to his discipline, that's disciples. And the eye breathed. The seasons of the seed of the moon, that's Son of Man, are now already past. And the time has come when you are to wish above all else to see again one of those Dayels, but you cannot see it anymore. And many blood of the earth will breathe. It is truth throughout all time. Here is the Mashiach, the Christ. Or it is truth. There is the Mashiach. It's true. Do not be deceived. Do not go into their ways. For when the seed of the moon, well, it should be here. There's been a wordplay between Son of Man, Son of God, because these are not the original words. Son of Man is seed of the moon. Son is seed, obviously. And then Son of God literally means seed of the sun. And these are the word tricks they played on us. So, and what they've done is reversal. So when you see seed of the man, Son of Man with Yeshua, it would typically be seed of Son of God or seed of the Son. And this is part of the priesthood that's manipulated through the Vatican. Okay, that's a story on the Forbidden History we can talk about. For when the seed of the Son comes again, no blood of the earth will need to point the way. For as the lightning lights up the sky, so does the seed of the sun light up the sky and the earth. But it is true throughout all time that I breathe, that many generations that have come and gone before the seed of the sun does come in power. Because when the eye comes, no one will have to say, look at there. Here is the Mashiach, or look over there. It's true. He's over there. Because as it was before the flood in Noah's day, so it is in today. People eat, they drink, and they are filled with judgment and with merriment and singing for joy. And they do not know their own judgment until that ark was finished. And then Nova is the correct word for Noah. Nova, he is the new star, creating the new age, the second great age after the flood. Nova is his correct title. That's how they abbreviated the words. And Nova entered into the ark. But then the flood came and swept them all quickly away. So it is also this way in the days of Lot. The people ate and they drank and they bought and they sold and they planted and they reaped and they went their way in the closing of their eyes and they cared for nothing but when the perfect and the pure shelter of the divine law of light, righteous, that's what righteous means. It's an ambiguous term. It means the perfect and the pure shelter. Shelter is the original word for law, so we have to hyphenate it. The perfect and the pure shelter in the original law of light. Lot went from their city's gates, and the earth beneath the city shook and exploded, and brimstone and fire fell back down from the air, and the gaping jaws of the earth cracked open wide and swallowed up their homes and their wealth, and all they had went down, and to rise up again no more. And so it is as when then it's just like that when comes the seed of the sun in the great power. I charge you, blood of the earth. What greater power, by the way, I'm ad-libbing here, what greater power could there be than the seed of the sun? Think about it. I charge you, blood of the earth. That's men, because it said Adam was red earth, but Adam wasn't made from dirt. He was made from the fiery hot magma out of the volcano, and that's something we can talk about one day. But so he was. It means the blood of the earth, and I charge you, blood of the earth, as I do charge all blood of the earth. Then seek not to save your wealth, or you will lose your lives. Go out and look. Do not look back upon the crumbling, decaying walls of what you have closed your eyes to. Do not forget Lot's wife. Whoever tries to save his life will lose his life. Whoever freely gives his life in serving life will save his life. Then comes the sifting time. Two blood of the earth will be in one bed. One will be called and the other left. Two women will be working side by side. One will be snatched away and the other left. And his discipline breathed. That's the word said, breathed. Explain to us this power bull. There's power bull. And Yeshua breathed. The wise do comprehend, for where the bread of the sun is, there you will find the pure in heart. And where the dead body lies, will gather all the birds of prey. But it is truth throughout all time that I breathe before these days will come. The seed of the sun will be betrayed by one of you into the hands of wicked blood of the earth. And the I, that's he, the I, H-E, H is the, E is the I will give his life for you and all the world. Yeah, more. And wasn't he a seer? Wasn't he an eye? He saw all things, right? Yeah, and more. The only true anointed, pure, great breath of light on the wind and wings of fire throughout all time. Here it says holy breath. Our scriptures say Holy Spirit. Breath is more connected to the Aramaic, and holy is a hieroglyph, and literally it means the only true anointed, pure, great breath of light on the wind and wings of fire. That's all encapsulated in those letters because they are hieroglyphs. Holy, the only true anointed, pure, great breath of light on the wind and wings of fire throughout all time does come in power and fills you with the wisdom of wise judgment and of the perfect. And you must tell the story of wonder in Judah and in Samaria and in the far away lands upon the earth, and then to seed plant, that's teach, to seed plant that blood of the earth should create light, that's pray, create light and never faint, never give up. And the eye told this power bull, and there was a Yudke, that's judge, who feared not Yahweh, nor regarded blood of the earth and or other men. And there was a widow who often implored the Yudke, the judge, to make right the wrongs that were done to her and to avenge her of her adversary. And at first the Yudke would not give an ear to her. But after many dial, that's days, the dial, the eye breathed. I'm not in fear of Yahweh, and I have no regard for blood of the earth. Yet, unless this widow wears me down by her pleading every day, I'm going to avenge her of her adversary. So when the discipline, they asked the meaning of this power bull, then the Naga healer, that's Lord, he was in Greek the Kyrie, and Kyrie means to get the cure, get the picture. And they ran after him to be healed, so they obviously would have called him healer and not Lord in this archaic word. There's another meaning behind it. I'm not going to get into it now. And the Naga healer of light replied, the wise blood of the earth can comprehend, but the foolish do not even care to know. And then to seed plant a lesson unto certain of his followers who trusted in themselves and thought that they were purer than other blood of the earth, the eye told this power bull. 2 blood of the earth went up to the temple to create light, and one was a Pharisee, and the other was a tax collector. And the Pharisee stood up and created light within himself this way. Oh, true, perfect, complete Yahweh, I give thanks unto you that I am not like other blood of the earth who are extortioners, unjust, adulterers, not even like this tax collector right next to me. I slow. That's fasting. It's really slowing. See, they reversed the word. You know, everything slows down when you fast, right? So it's slowing. You know it. So I slow 2 times a week, and I give the tithes of all that I receive. The tax collector came not even close, and the eye would not even lift up his eyes towards the sky, but instead enclosed his arms about his breast and breathed, true, perfect, and complete Yahweh, be merciful before me, the mother's eye. That's me. Me is a hieroglyph, M-E, M for root for mother, E for I, the mother's eye. That's what we are. The mother's eye, all of us. Who is the mother? Elohim, that's who the mother is. They took the word away from us, so you never got the picture. Be merciful to me, the mother's eye. I am one who closes my eyes in your sight. That's sinner in your sight. I close my eyes in your sight, and I am undone. I am finished. I am worthless. And now you, blood of the earth, I say to you, the tax collector knew how to create light, and the eye was justified. He was justified. The Pharisee did not know how to communicate, and still he went away into condemnation. Well, the Pharisee knew how to talk, is what it says, but in other words, he knew all the right words, right? But he still went away into condemnation. And it is true throughout all time. Everyone that applauds himself will be brought down, and the eye who does not raise himself up as something other shall be exalted in the sight of Yahweh. Chapter 146. RuthAnna.
The work of Yeshua in the land of Galilee was done, and he sent forth a message, and the many came from many towns of Galilee, came to receive a benediction from his hand. Among the multitudes who came was Luke, a Syrian from Antioch, a learned physician and a just and upright man. Theophilus, a Grecian senator, a minister of Caesar's court, was also there, and many other men of honor and renown. And Miriam sung, All hail the day star from on high! All hail the Christ who ever was, and is, and evermore shall be! All hail the darkness of the shadowland! All hail the dawn of peace on earth, goodwill to men! All hail triumphant royal ruler, who grapples with the tyrant death, who conquers in the fight and brings to light immortal life for men. All hail the broken cross, the mutilated spear. All hail the triumph of the soul. All hail the empty tomb. All hail to him despised by men, rejected by the multitudes. For he is seated on the throne of power. All hail, for he has called the pure in heart of every clime to sit with him upon the throne of power. All hail the rending veil. The way into the highest courts of God is open for the sons of men. Rejoice, O men of earth, rejoice and be exceedingly glad. Bring forth the harp and touch its highest strings. Bring forth the lute and sound its sweetest notes. For men who were made low are highly exalted now, and they who walked in darkness and in the veil of death are risen up, and God and man are one forevermore. Hallelujah! Praise the Lord forevermore. Amen. And Yeshua lifted up his eyes to heaven and said, My Father God, let now the benediction of thy love, thy mercy, and thy truth rest on these men. The lamp is taken from their midst. And if the inner light be not aflame, lo, they must tread the ways of darkness and of death. And then he said to all, Farewell. Then Yeshua and his mother and the 12, and Miriam and Mary, the mother of the 2 disciples, James and John, and many other loyal souls who loved the Christ, went to Jerusalem, that they might celebrate the Jewish Hebrew feast. And as they journeyed on their way, they came to Enon Springs, near to Salim, where the harbinger once taught. And as they rested by the fountain, Mary, wife of Zebedee, and mother of the 2 disciples, James and John, came to the Master, and she said, My Lord, I know the kingdom is about to come, and I would ask this boon. Command that these, my sons, shall sit with you upon the throne, the one upon the right, the other on the left. And Yeshua said to her, You know not what you ask. And then he turned to James and John and said, Are you prepared? Are you strong enough to drink the cup that I will drink? And they said, Yes, Master, we are strong enough to follow wherever you go. And Yeshua said, You shall indeed drink of my cup, but I am not the judge of who will sit upon my right hand or my left. The men who live the life and keep the faith will sit upon the throne of power. Now when the apostles heard the pleadings of the mother for her sons, and knew that James and John were seeking special favors from the Lord, they were indignant, and they said, We surely thought that James and John had risen above this selfish self. Who can we trust among the sons of men? And Yeshua called the 10 apart and said to them, How hard for men to comprehend the nature of the kingdom of the soul? These 2 disciples do not seem to know that rulership in heaven is not akin to rulership on earth. In all the kingdoms of the world, the men of power, they who exalt themselves, show their authority and rule with iron rule. But you must know that they who rule the sons of light are they who seek no earthly power, but give their lives in willing sacrifice for men. Whoever would be great must be the minister of all. The highest seat in heaven is at the feet of him who is the lowest man of earth. I had a glory with our Father God before the worlds were made, and still I come to serve the race of men, to be the minister of men, to give my life for men. And then the Christines journeyed on and came unto Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm. And Christine in here implies anointed, the anointed journeyed on and came unto Jerusalem. And so you've got the original gospel here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. What a profound story, RuthAnna, huh?
Profound and inspiring.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so this is what we're going to be doing every night, ladies and gentlemen. It took us a couple weeks here to get our audio worked out and to get broadcasting here. We hope the stream is going well and not buffering. Periodically it shows red on my readout here, but I hope the buffering is not bad. We need a audio check. If you're listening in, let me hear from you, okay? We want to know how it reads, and we well, I hope you're going to tell your friends, and we're going to have it happening here. And then as I uh, move on with the broadcast in the next few days, I'll be adding additional features. I'm still getting my voice back up to par, because when you don't broadcast and you get 60 years old, you start to dehydrate, RuthAnna, and need to drink more water, right?
Right.
So I'm working on that. I'm getting the water, flooding my body with water and ionite and aqualite, and getting a rhythm here. And so just grateful that you can join me in this, RuthAnna. It's a real privilege and honor to have you on our the Forbidden History series with me. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, right?
Yes, I am too.
All right. Well, we'll see you then. And I'm going to close out with our music. And thank you again, all of you, for tuning in to the Forbidden History series and the Ultimate Health Breakthrough. You know, it's what they didn't want you to know that we tell right here. If you haven't figured that out yet, well, just stay tuned, because there's more. And we'll hope to hear from you again tomorrow night. Feel free to contact us on the side if you want. And the number here is 608-566-7295. 608-566-7295. I want to wish all of you the best, and especially Harley and Eva out there in the Carolinas. And we hope to bring them support as well. We've got people suffering all over the world, ladies and gentlemen. It is a tragic world, and the scripture says, woe unto those who laugh and party now, because great will be their weeping. And Boruketh, endowed and enlightened with a mind's eye for seeing in the night, are those who suffer, especially at the hands of the wicked, those judges and those prosecutors and those officials that get fat on all the people while they enslave our minds, our hearts, and our bodies. I'm Desert Owl, thanking you for tuning in, and want you to know, just don't forget that if you want to know the future, just look for the Forbidden History. I'll see you.